promise sheet, as you said.
Alright, mission
Uh,
accomplished.
do I want to lose a fight to Altani that night or in the morning? Do in the morning.
You'll be busy. So,
That night.
let's get into it. You have your bout with Altani, and Altani has been fighting people literally the entire evening. She's fought Nesrina like 3 times now. She's fought in Vaso and Zol.
At the same time,
I think even Abigail separately. They're
Okay.
duels. Even Abigail gave us a quick stint against Altani for a quick moment, although she was more so trying to use her new teleporter capabilities. Yeah, Altani hasn't lost. She is undefeated so far. And when you go against her, the trend just maintains. Every hit you give to her, she either doesn't seem to care or she is getting some joy out of getting hit. Not like a masochistic sort of way, more of like the thrill of combat sort of way.
Sure. Adrenaline rushing kind of thing.
And in due time, she wins. That being said, roll me your insight.
Sure.
It's a
Would I be
high-ass
able
DC.
to- Would I... Oh, wait, no, I can't add a Kensai die on this, because I have a thing for that specifically. Hello. Hi. Would I have guidance? No, I
Yeah.
don't think anyone would be close enough. Yeah. This one, that one. I don't know if that's good enough. It's a really shit roll on D8? D8.
So 23.
Dice do this.
23 total, yeah.
All is well in the world.
She knows nothing, except for she is in pain. And did
Yeah.
not expect this.
Yeah, as you're like reeling from getting knocked down again, Altani, that duel ends and Altani just extends a hand to bring you back up with a chipper smile on her face. It's certainly a different style of training, if you could constitute this as training.
Right. She'll take the hands. A little disappointed in herself, but also like, you are much better at fighting than I thought, actually.
She tilts her head. What, do you think I was bad?
I didn't think you were bad, I just didn't know you were that good. I thought it would be a fair fight, but I don't want to say it, but I don't think it was ever really in my favor.
No, but that's okay.
Hmm.
Just get better.
You should just hit her with the get good scrub.
No, I just said get better.
Get better. I'll work on that. Oof.
So, you guys enter into your evenings, and don't worry, despite having some dreaming discordance in your minds in the earlier evening, you are not dragged to the dreaming city this evening.
Oh, that reminds me.
That would be really funny, though. But no.
God. That'd be...
Just as a point of reference from me, I think I already know the answer, but I just want to confirm. Who has the key to the path?
I would have.
Because that is a physical key.
Oh.
What the?
I want to say it's either Alessander or Sajar, because I
I'm
believe you
gonna
guys are the closer ones when Marshall and I all left.
I believe I said give it to Alessander last time because he's also the person in possession of the edict, the keep scroll.
Right. Okay. Then I guess we'll just have that on record again. It might have already been on record, but might as well double check. Alessander, you are the one with the key. The key to the path of the aspirant.
Oh, is that what this toothless key in my inventory is?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and rename that to
Yeah, go ahead.
key to the aspirant path. And I'll bring it down to the bottom where I have the scroll of fortress claiming.
Right? Yes, I remember. I did that because Sajar would be very tempted to use it otherwise.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right.
I was gonna say,
That's
I feel like
wise.
it was not you because of that.
Yes.
Well, there we go. We
I
figured it out.
Without temptation.
Liar.
I can resist anything except temptation.
If given the ability, I will fuck off to the other side of the continent to save my woman. Sorry, my beloved.
My love.
So, got that figured out. Clerical stuff, if you want to call it that. Morning arrives, and most of the guests of the party left that evening. The Fey crew fucked off back to the Fey Wilds. Your respective Seeker and Slayer captains that were remaining went back to their barracks, their abodes, so on and so forth. Of course, you guys all had your own lodgings here in Owen's Magnificent Mansion, rather similar to what they were before. The bathhouse is still there. The drinking area is still there. The men's kitchen is there if you have a really, really big craving for a midnight snack, etc., etc., etc. No gods in disguise this time, unfortunately, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie. You guys all...
No disguise? I'm kidding.
Yeah, they're gods not in disguise right now.
Just rock up, I'm unfathomable.
Oh.
Unfathomable.
Before I forget, I gave the lunar shard to Roderick for safekeeping.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
He had to go get it checked in with some specific secure channels on whether he is religiously authorized to work on it, as well as get their input on it. But yeah, morning does arrive, or what constitutes morning in a place that is beyond normal time cycles.
Yeah.
Morning arrives, and you guys all sit down for breakfast. Some people, some of you potentially, I know Zal is definitely feeling it, are under the effects of a indulgent night. Others of you that didn't drink and stuff like that, probably less so. But all in all, it's a rather calm morning. You guys had to do any of the cooking, right? Owen and Evelina are still here, although Owen is not staying in Duvros for long. He really is only here at for your guys' account and behest. And Evelina will be going with him because she doesn't exactly have the... She has the capabilities of traveling far distance quickly, but she might as well go with Owen. And also she has a little report to turn. She'll be here for the rest of the day. Same for Owen. They have, well, more so her. Evelina has some other affairs to do in town. Can't imagine what or whom. So, at breakfast, Owen does, as everyone finishes eating, the conversation falls a bit to a lull. Owen does reach into one of his bags, I guess his satchel, his main satchel, and pulls out this scroll. The scroll is comprised of not parchment technically. It's what's a so papyrus is, I guess that does make parchment.
Yeah.
Close enough. Old school parchment, roughly crafted parchment, papyrus. When I was traveling to help with Lyco's quest, there was a runner looking for all of you. A Nevros runner. My bad. A Navros runner.
That's the difference.
She puts it on the table and just sort of slides it forward. Tolos is immediately locked on target. What is it?
Yeah, they don't have a written language, so that's interesting. Yeah, Oriana would pop it open, mostly out of curiosity of what is it written in?
It's not written in anything.
It's not.
As you open it, a small sedimentary layer that's coating the inside begins to whisk together, congeal into a small figure.
Of all the answers Oriana
somehow.
expected, this wasn't one of them.
The figure is rather featureless. You can definitely make out that they're humanoid. They are covered in a mask and hood with a not an immensely long flowing robe, but definitely one that's about to touch the ground and so on. They have other different accoutrements on them, like different accessories or curios, other paraphernalia and stuff like that. And they begin speaking in Nevros. Who here understands Nevros?
Me.
Oh, let me double check, actually.
Not
I believe I
Anushka. She
do.
doesn't know it. Mm-mm.
Yes, I do.
I know
Probably has a very
Common, Draconic, and
provincialized
Elvish.
version of Nevros, but she could...
Actually, Crash, do I still know Draconic, or is that
Ooh.
snatched away now?
I think you would still have it.
Alright, cool.
To those of you that are capable of understanding Nevros, to those, my bad. Those of you that can't, Kasai will translate for you guys. Don't worry. And if Kasai wouldn't, then Tolos would. The message
Someone's doing it.
is as follows. To the vanquishers of the Enlighteners, you are invited to the moot, far in the north. Bring all members of your tribe. Designate your Legadotus and Alas. And then it ends. It's a very straightforward message. It's a very straightforward message. Because I would elaborate that you're not going to designate the roles to the scroll. It's like when you get there, you'll designate who's in charge.
Right, we'll say who's which role. I mean, I
what's
feel we have it
Alice?
pretty obvious for one of them. Gestures
Alice
at
is
the
the-
side.
Yep.
Alas is a spiritual leader or counselor. In a way, certain tribes are the strategists. Certain tribes.
Mhm.
Other tribes, it's like the closest conduit point to your fell god.
Whereas Ligeratos are more dealing with like war or the more mundane things of life.
They're the leader in all other regards. So sometimes they're the tactician. Sometimes they're the closest to the fell god. Sometimes Ligeratus is even there. It's very, very rare. But it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Same for Alas technically. There are some times where there's no Alas and there's only a Ligeratus. Or there's times where they're both the same person, like the Enlightened Grandmaster.
That's cheating.
Hey,
Yep.
that's cheating.
Guards,
As my first decree as Legratos, I shall appoint myself as Alas.
you only picked that because you wanted the toes.
My God.
I get 2 hats now.
But yeah,
Free chat.
Garth / Oriana will ask, out of entire ignorance of, would we need, if we count as a tribe, would we need like the fell god representative? That's usually a commonality.
yes.
A god in general. Hmm.
In
does he
technicality,
mean?
I believe Lyco has claim over us.
Right.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh wait, oh no, Lyco will fucked off right now, man.
Fucking on Vaso, probably.
I'm not too sure how hot I am on that idea, but it works, I suppose.
I think it'd be more as a means just to get into the moods for most of us.
Right.
I doubt we'll actually make it to the moot.
Hmm. It would be difficult, but it could be something we pursue.
No, we would be turned away.
How so?
Do you not think the Black Force would be there? Part of the agreement we agreed to is if they find us doing this, they can turn us away. No questions. No second.
And clearly they didn't want us doing this in the first place. As they said, they assassinated several different people trying to deliver this message.
There
I
is
can't
a
just go over
symbol
to
on
this.
the there is a symbol underneath all the sediment that has now like been made visible now that the sediment has kicked up, so to speak.
Oh, okay.
Looks to be some indication of sun and moon in the sky.
Does it look like the sun Kasai used to have kind of sun, or?
Then a vague general, this is what a sun looks like iconography, yes.
So it could be, it also could not be. Okay.
You give it over to Tolas and she begins examining it. Kasai also looks at it. Alright, I guess see we're
Oh,
just
well.
Tolas is just Tolas is always just a girl boss.
I love that
Yeah.
the disadvantage one is also a fucking 23 as a bonus. Or not disadvantage, but the lesser one.
Yeah. So excuse me, burping. The moot happens at the end of this year.
Oh, what's the date?
So basically the first of Winter's Crust.
And our agreement
Right.
goes until like February of next year. Is that right?
The first of the month of Ebbing, correct.
Looks like
Yeah,
we're missing a
Tolas will
solstice.
mark it as a turn of the year, not like a day. Because the Nevers don't have a calendar. They go by celestial
Right.
timekeeping.
Oh,
Hmm.
so is it a symbol to represent when the moot is, basically? It's like a date for a calendar.
The equivalencies of it, yes. Not a date, but yes.
Okay,
They don't say the first of Winter's Crest. They just say
right.
end of the year.
So what month did you say it was? The month of culling or the Winter's Crest? It was, yeah. Winter's Crest.
First
The first of Winter's Crest, the last of the month of calling, New Year's.
Oh, okay.
Years. Oh, that's not long after Alessandra's birthday.
That's-
You're not getting
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
presents and birthday presents. Shut up.
I know, you can't do that. It's not fair. Too expensive.
That was crisp.
So that's for your guys' consideration. Owen remarks he'll probably be there potentially as well in a sort of supportive capacity because his wife will be there.
That's very kind of you. So, wouldn't be the same. You could at least mention to us what's going on via, like, send a letter or something. But it wouldn't be the same as us being there, now would it?
It would not.
I mean, it
Wouldn't
could just
make
be
a
a
show.
case of we're just very, very weaselly about it. If you catch my drift.
I wouldn't be
I
able to
do.
represent you anyways, even if you were to tell me what to say.
Because you're not part of our tribe, you're part of something else.
You're not there, I'm not a part of your tribe, and it would be dishonorable.
Oriana nods in a displeasured understanding. So, what do we do?
Ember like goes over behind Tolas and begins reading it. But reading it, looking at it. So, what's this agreement you guys all did?
Can we
That
just do
we
the
keep
hello?
up.
Yeah, you guys could go blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
At the end of it, she's pinching the bridge of her nose. Oh my god, you guys are idiots. She looks at Kasai, she still is pinching the bridge of her nose. She opens one eye and looks at Kasai, who you guys can probably, tell Kasai wears this, she's not deceptive like provincials are, so she wears her heart on her sleeve. She's not pleased by the reopening of discussion on that. So Amber just is looking with one eye at Kasai, then closes it back up, and just breathes in like a stealing breath. Okay, so that's basically off the table then.
Not quite. It is worth noting, rather, that no one swore thrice on their name to uphold this agreement. Did Silas mention the Gias on their parents or family?
That's all of you.
No,
Oriana only knows
I haven't gotten
tertiary.
No, that's true. It would mean all-out war with the Black Force.
Right. But it would
But
just
if we
be
can
mortal
defend
world
ourselves-
breaking.
Between us
Indeed.
and them, rather than the entirety of the provinces and the Nevros in the north. I would rather go to war than subject them to it. The people of the Highlands and the Nevros.
Then my question is, how do we guard ourselves against the fallout of... Rather, how do we protect ourselves against the conflict on the horizon, so to speak?
Varric's there, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He's been silent the whole time. His hands have been cradled together.
Of course.
As well
He's
as protect our weak
just-
points, as has been shown with Silas.
Varric is just in an immensely deep state of concentration right now. It's like the fucking Zach Galifianakis gif.
Well, Alessander does look at Varric and say, well, for starters, I think we need that fort.
Agreed. A static place has its value. And Oriana, I believe I already told you on the acquisition or recruitment of an ambuscade. It's a hard endeavor. Again, it's a bygone practice, but keep your eyes open. They'll pay dividends. And above all, make sure it's someone you can trust.
So for those of us who don't speak military, what is that?
An ambuscade is an olden role. The position came about around the same time the term Jaeger came about. during the annexation of the twins. Although I suppose Jaeger is actually predates it in retrospect. Regardless, ambuscade is a particular role for lords, mercenary companies, anyone that is looking to set up fortification. It is their job to muster and bolster fortifications, as well as use the nearby terrain to the absolute defensive advantage of the people inside. This includes traps, this includes ambushes, anything and everything. Underground tunnels, magical wards. The best ambuscade, as I was telling Oriana, is the one that knows, or tries to know everything.
Including things
Oh.
that the rest of the group would not actually know, such as escape routes.
It will be their secret to hold, which is why it is of the utmost importance that they're loyal to the cause. We're also
Because,
building escape tunnels and entry tunnels.
The longer Varric goes on, the more Alessander's lips kind of like press together in a thin line as he sits back in his chair and kind of folds his hands on the table.
Yeah, you can think of someone who's not officially an ambuscade, but he'd probably make a really, really, really good one.
Do you have an idea, Alessander?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I could look through some old channels of mine. A few names come to mind. Chief among them, Colonel I served under, Hezra Crabane.
Has Oriana ever heard that name?
Roll me your background.
Sure. There's a very small chance. She has no idea.
Nah.
You don't seem very pleased about that, Alessander, given your expression.
I was just, I was not expecting to have to contact him. Ever again, let alone so soon.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's find somebody else.
He kind of, you see like a twitch at like the corner of his mouth as he tilts his head and gives a half shrug. I didn't say I wasn't open to it, it's just, I wasn't expecting it.
Did you two
Remember,
end on
last-
amicable terms, or
I feel like you two have some history or something.
currently so?
It is
Good guys.
complicated. In a manner of speaking, I am AWOL from the Silver Swan as of current. That said, I am also a Risewell. And by extension, own the Silver Swan. By a very
Huh.
large extension.
For the sake of
That's-
brevity, would you trust him for our cause?
He is capable.
It's not a matter
Yes.
of competency. Competency can be learned or taught. Loyalty cannot be taught.
Do you believe he would keep our best interests at heart?
I will need to speak to him in order to get a measure on that matter. He and I are, I will not say we are terribly close, but he is my mentor. I was always his student, and he held me in high regard, and I him, though he is... Let me Google this real quick, make sure I'm using this word correctly.
Where's the colonel?
No, that's not the right word. He is a, shall we say, ruthless man. His enemies have cause to fear him.
I like him.
I imagine you would. Whether he would like you, that is a different matter. That's Amber, correct?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which is
Well,
to
in
say,
that
I do not think he
case-
would.
What does he consider his enemies? And could we align his enemies with our cause? Or our enemies with his cause?
When I first started serving under Colonel Hezrick Morn's army,